Welcome to another episode of Real Estate, Real Life, Real Talk, and Real Live with your host, myself, Damon the Agent. This is episode 94, and I'd like to thank you all for always joining me. I am back from my 2 weeks highness as far as being away. I actually had a birthday last Saturday on March the 2nd. I'm happy that I've reached the old age of 5'2". I'm 52, y'all. So I thank God for the day. I thank God for seeing another birthday because many people do not, get to see their birthdays. I cherish birthdays a lot because of the fact is, what I'm saying, it's very sentimental to me. But as always, I like to get into the wonderful world of real estate. So I'm going to talk about the spring housing market right now. And the reason why I'm going to talk about the spring housing market is because during the months from March to September seems to be the hottest time that people are buying. People are buying the most during this time. People buy all year long. So I don't want people to think that, oh, you can't buy in the wintertime, you can't sell in the wintertime, because you can. But during March, especially between March and July, it's the spring market. And it picks up drastically as far as buyers and also for sellers. And in many ways with buyers, the market picks up because you have so many people who are trying to move, especially before the next school year, especially for those people who have kids. They're trying to be in place before school start in August. So they're drastically, constantly moving, after this weekend, which is daylight savings time, that the days are going to become longer. And because the days are going to become longer, people are going to be wanting to go see houses when they get off for work, and they're going to go to many open houses. So I just want to help people to be prepared for, the upcoming spring housing market. So the first thing I want people to do is, when you're looking to buy a house, especially this summer and this spring and summer, I want you to first focus on your credit. I know many times when I speak to people, I always ask them what's their credit. Most people who say, I don't know what my credit is, 9 times out of 10, they don't have good credit. They may have challenged credit. So because they may have challenged credit, they don't keep up with their credit. People who have good credit scores tend to always know what their credit scores is. And if it changes slightly, they're on it. So I want to help people to first focus on your credit. If you have not already ordered your free annual credit report, please do so. And when you do so, also do so with getting your credit score. Credit score is only going to cost you a couple of dollars. People who go out to eat, you spend more going out to eat than actually your credit score is going to cost you to get. I would strongly recommend getting all three of your credit reports, and that's from all three credit bureaus. All three credit bureaus, I'm posting it right here. It's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Please order all three of your credit reports, and once you order all three of your credit reports, get the credit score. This helps you to have an idea of where you are, because when you're looking to purchase a home, lenders, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to pull your credit scores to see where you're at. And then once they pull your credit scores, they're going to look at your debt to income ratio, meaning you can earn, let's say you earn 100,000 a year, but if you got like $80,000 worth of debt, okay, and that comes in many forms of like car payments. Some people have 2, 3 car notes they're paying on with their car insurance. Some people have 5 to 10 credit cards. On top of that, there's a percentage and a ratio that you must be under in order to qualify for a certain amount of homes. So first thing I want everyone to do is to focus on your credit. Second thing is I want people to do is to see what you have saved up. Now, there are many programs out here, and many people do qualify for programs, but everyone does not qualify for programs, y'all. Unfortunately, they have changed the program guidelines over 10 years ago. And the reason why they changed it is, if you go back 20, 25 years ago, it was a first come first basis when it pertains to program. So people who were, if they were first time home buyer, they were buying this, they were going and everything, and they qualified. But here was the problem that was occurring back then. You may had a mother who had 3 kids who couldn't get the babysitting arrangement. They couldn't make the programs classes that are required. And then the money had depleted by the time they were able to come. So what they started to do was they looked at people's annual income, to look at the number of people who are living in a home, and they also look at the location. So the programs are based on a qualifying basis. Even though they're first-time home buyer program, some first-time home buyers are in a position that they don't need the program. So I want people to look at their savings to see what you have saved up. Now, if you don't have any money saved up or much at all and everything, that's when we need to hold a conversation, because once you get your credit reports in place and then we're looking at your savings, then a conversation needs to be had, because you may do qualify for a program depending on where you're looking to buy. Okay. And then the third thing I want people to do is, while you are in the midst of working on your credit, while you're looking at your savings and everything, I want you to start to do some research yourself by speaking with a realtor such as myself and also a lender. Now, the reason why I say to speak with us before you're even in that position, because we can give you the nuggets that you need in order to put you in a position for you to buy. This is the reason why sometimes people at open houses, they go to open houses, and then also they go to first-time home buyer seminars. Now, even with the first-time home buyer seminars, there are a lot of questions that can be answered. And speaking of that, I myself am having a first-time free home buyer seminar on April 6th. It is on Saturday, April 6th, approximately, I believe it's tomorrow is the 9th. So it's 4 weeks from tomorrow. So anyone who's in the DC, Maryland, or Northern Virginia area who want to come out, there's the registration right there. It's on my Eventbrite. Also, if you go to any of my social media, you can click on my Linktree link. Once you click on my Linktree link in my bio on my social media page, then you're able to click. The first thing is on there is to register. Now, spaces are limited. I believe it's 60 seats total. I think there's 10 people who've already registered for the seats. So if you want to come out, get educated, I'm going to have a credit specialist there. I'm going to have a lender there. I'm going to have a home inspector there. I'm going to also be there as far as, answering any and all questions when it pertains to real estate. And also it's going to be a continental breakfast for everyone, and also pizza and wings for everyone as well for lunch. And I'm giving away two $50 gift card giveaways. And the lender is giving away a free appraisal credit if you get approved from her. So that means if you get approved through her, you don't have to pay for your appraisal. It's absolutely free. And for those people who have bought homes, the appraisals nowadays cost anywhere from $400 to $600 easily. So if you're looking to get educated, if you home, if you bought 10 homes, let me stop. If you bought one, if you bought 10 homes, okay, hold on. Stop that. All right, I'm sorry. If you bought one home or if you bought 10 homes, come on out, get educated on the process, because like I said, this is the spring housing market. So I just want to share that with people, all the buyers. Now, when it pertains to the sellers, I want sellers to do a few things. A lot of people who want to sell houses right now, they're like, oh, my neighbor sold their house for 400, 500, 700, 800,000. My house is worth more than their house because I have the chandeliers. I got the upgraded floors. I done added this room on, which is great. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about, doing all that. Sellers, get prepared. Now, one of the things that many sellers fail to realize is, even though your neighbor house across the street might show, that the condition of your home plays a huge role on the price this is going to sell for. If the house across the street was completely renovated and your house is kind of outdated, it's cluttered, it's junky, it's dark inside and everything, you cannot realistically expect to get the same value for your home as the one across the street. Now, here's the thing, because that's like comparing apples to oranges. I want all sellers who are looking to sell their house soon to declutter your home. Declutter your home, clean your home, and on top of cleaning your home, I want you all also to on top of cleaning your home, I want you all to basically do spring cleaning in your home, and I also want you all to do some curb appeal. Now, this is crucial. The curb appeal is crucial. I've been with many buyers and we've pulled up to a house. And when we pulled up to a house, we basically did not go in the house. I've had clients that say, I don't want to go inside. I'm not feeling it. I'm not liking it, whether it was the neighborhood or whether it was the house. But the curb appeal sometimes lure people in. Now, I want you to put yourself in the eyes of a buyer. If you were a buyer, would you want to go on your home? If you were a buyer, would you look at your home and be like, oh, this is a want to live in. Now, if it's a house that you want to live in, I will want you to basically, use that mindset to give yourself some understanding of the prospective buyer that will actually be coming into your home. Because here's the thing. Sellers need to prepare. Just because the neighbor house sold for across the street, we're in a different market now. Now, here's another thing about the real estate market. It shifts every 3 months, y'all. Every 3 months, every quarter, just like there's winter, spring, summer, fall. That's the same thing when it pertains to real estate. The market shifts every 3 months. And because it shifts every 3 months, just because someone house sold a year ago and it was cluttered. Now, if you're looking to get top dollars for your home sellers, you have to do the little things. The little things is basically you hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry. The little things that you have to do, sellers, is basically cleaning up. You have to have curb appeal and do some spring cleaning. That means get those closets, get those basements, refrigerators, bathroom, hire a maid service. Maid service are relatively inexpensive these days. They don't cost a whole lot of money. They may cost a couple of $100, maybe 150, 250, 350, depending on the size of your house or your unit. They don't cost that much if you don't feel like doing it. It's going to be crucial. That small investment of paying your maid service is going to give you more than 3 to 4 times the return, whatever you pay, if you do the proper cleaning. Because the condition of your home is a huge factor in how much your home will sell for. Just because the zip code on Zillow, Redfin says that the house in your area is selling for $900,000, $1 million, mean that you're going to get $900,000 or $1 million. Because you got to understand that price you see on this, the average for that zip code. That means there are houses that sold below that average to make that an average. And those houses that sold below those average might be where your house is, but you want top dollars. So if you want top dollars, you need to do the relatively small things in order to get it. And if you don't want to do those things, hire me as your agent, and I will get people to do that for you. And then once we get the house up to par and we get the value that you want, then that money will be deducted at settlement. So we can always talk about that. If you want to reach out to me and talk more to have a consultation about that, we can do so. So that's the spring housing market. I will be right back with the Q&A and the Spotlight House. All right, thank you for being with me. The Q&A going to be quick. Question and answers is what the Q&A is. The question is, in each county, does the programs vary depending on which county you're in? Does the programs vary depending on which county you're in? That's a very good question, and the answer is yes. Depending on every county is different, and every county has a medium income. And like I previously mentioned, depending on how much you earn, everyone doesn't qualify for program. So because everyone doesn't qualify for program, they look at the medium household income to determine, how much they're going to give for program and actually who qualifies. Now, because everyone's different in different counties, and just like property taxes are different in different counties, the same thing goes with program. So yes, every county does have different programs. And I'm going to give you an example. In the state of Maryland, Prince George's County is totally different from Charles County. Charles County is totally different from Baltimore County. Baltimore County is totally different from Montgomery County. I say all these different counties is because all these different counties are totally different. And because they're different, programs vary. Some counties don't even have programs, but the state of Maryland does have programs. So it's just going to really depend on the potential buyer, the location of the property, because in real estate, it's always about location, location, location. And it's also going to determine on how much the buyer the potential buyer earns annually. So all these things are key factors when it pertains to house. So that's the Q&A for today. Now, today I'm going to bring up a spotlight home. This spotlight home is in Anacostia right here. This is a lovely up-to-date, renovated home. It's a 2-bedroom, potentially 3-bedroom home. As you can see, the updated living room, kitchen, that's part of the backyard. This is the kitchen. It's 2 bedrooms, but it does have potential for a 3rd bedroom. Now, this house currently, like I said, is in Anacostia, which is in Southeast DC. It's in a vibrant, upcoming neighborhood. The price is 430,000. The price is negotiable, you all, but this is the spotlight house of today. So if you all have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to me so I can give you more information on this home and to see how it can potentially be your home. So I'll be right back with all right, I'm leaving these banners at the bottom. Like I said, those are the numbers from me previously talking about the 3 credit bureaus. And also for those who want to register for the free homebuyer seminar that I have coming up on April the 6th, please go to my social media pages and click on the link tree in the bio, and you will have access to that. You must register. It's free. You must register. And please make sure that you'll follow me on all social media platforms. That's on Facebook, Linktree. I'm sorry, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and Pinterest. I'm on all social media platforms / Damon the Agent. Damon the Agent. All right, my topic of the day is the millennials. I'm just holding this. I'm just going to be brief about the millennials because of the fact that it's quite interesting. Like, you know, I have 4 grown kids, even though people know about my youngest daughter, who's actually 3. But my ages of my kids are 3, 22, 24, 25, 29, with all of them being a year older this year. That means I'm going to have a 30-year-old and a 4-year-old. Then in between, I'm going to have a 23, 25, and 26-year-old. And I'm not just talking about my kids when I talk about the millennium, because I speak to a lot of people my age, and we all seem to share a common denominator when it pertains to our grown kids. And one of the things that we've talked about amongst our grown kids is, as parents, we gave our kids so much. We gave our kids so much to the point we spoiled them to death. We spoiled them rotten. We spoiled them to the point that many of our kids feel entitled. Many of our kids are lazy. Many of our kids don't have the same work ethic. Many of our kids, you know, they don't look out for their parents and like we looked out for our parents. So when we reflected on this, and I'm talking about conversation with several people who have several grown kids, when we reflected on the reasoning why we did this, is because when we were growing up, you know, we didn't like certain things about our parents. So instead of us, you know what I'm saying, understanding what our parents were doing, we just gave our kids stuff because when our parents didn't give us stuff, we gave our kids stuff because we wanted them to have stuff. But in the process of giving, we didn't give them the lesson. And that has been very critical and detrimental to a lot of our kids. A lot of our kids nowadays, a lot of them ain't trying to leave home. They feel very comfortable, even when they go out on their own. If they struggle a little bit, they want to come back home, or they call their parents for things and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with calling your parents. But when I've also spoken to some people say, oh, well, I don't want my kids to struggle like I did. I don't want my kids to hurt like I did. And that's a problem. The reason why it's a problem is because guess what? You learned, you figured it out. And if you were to disappear today, how would your kids deal with anything? And the problem is they're not going to know how to deal with a lot of stuff. And then when I look on the attitude of some millennials, they're disrespectful. I mean, it's a lot of things that go on today. They're totally disrespectful. They don't value their parents or care in so many ways. And I'm not talking about all. I'm not even talking about majority. I'm talking about a few. A few. So all the thing I want to say to the millennials is understand this. In the Bible, it says, honor thy mother and father so that your days will be long. But not only so that your days will be long, but so that you will be blessed. Sometimes have you ever felt like, you know, you're struggling and nothing seems to go your way and you keep on having bad luck regardless? And a lot of times that bad luck that people tends to have has to do with the relationships that they have with people. how they hold ill feelings, how they're bitter, how they're resentful, how they're vindictive. You know, a lot of times, the way people treat us, we try to treat people the way that they treat us, which that's a natural behavior. But to be honest with you, we're supposed to treat people better than they treat us, and that especially goes for your parents, because without your parents, you would not have life. And if you love yourself, then you should love your parents. And don't tell me you don't love yourself, because you feed yourself every day. You don't let yourself starve to death. Don't tell me you don't love yourself, because you take care of. What I'm saying? Don't tell me you don't love yourself, because if somebody walk up to you and smacked you or hit you, you're going to smack and hit them back. That means you love yourself. And because you love yourself, you should love your parents, because you got to understand, as parents make sacrifices for their kids. They change their whole life for their kids. They give up money, sweat, blood, tears for their kids. But when kids get grown, some kids don't even understand all the sacrifices your parents made for you to be in a position where you are. That's why nowadays a lot of people earn much more money today than what their parents did, because their parents put them in that position. Whether they provided your funding for your education, whether they provided you to cheer, whether they provided you to play sports, whether they provided you to be in anything. Parents sacrificed a lot for their kids to have what they didn't have. That's why a lot of kids today are spoiled, because parents gave a lot. So the millennials today are so spoiled, rotten, so with a self of entitlement, that you all are downright disrespectful in so many ways. And I'm just saying this to say that sometimes the things that happen in your life or don't happen in your life is a direct reflection of what you do and what you don't do, especially with your parents. No parent is perfect. We all wish that our parents would have did something different. And if you have kids, your kids are going to think and do the same thing with you. They're going to wish that you did something different. But the one common denominator that all parents have is love for their kids. You got to love yourself and love your parents. Look out for your parents. You only get one parent. When parents pass away, you're going to be wishing that you did certain things different. And if you don't, then, what I'm saying, God bless you. God will deal with you. But I just say that to say, millennials, please do a better job in relation to showing appreciation to your parents. I'm talking to those who feel so entitled, for those who stay at home and don't pay no bills and make a mess and run up bills and got a nerd a cop attitude and eating everything and hiding the toilet paper and want to talk back to their parents and everything, and just feel some type of way like someone owed them something. Because I'm going to tell you something that two of my daughters said to me about 2-3 years ago. They said to me, and I don't know anybody else, parent, they said to me, I didn't ask to be here, so I feel as though I shouldn't have to pay for anything. I said, da, da, da. And you know what I told them? You need to take that up with God. Because here's the thing. I didn't ask to be here, but I'm here, and I can't ask anyone to do anything for me. See, that's just a cop-out and a poor excuse that you little millennials come up with because y'all don't want to do nothing. So if you feel a certain type of way, ask God, because there are plenty of people who have unprotected sex that don't ever have kids who want kids. And there are people who have unprotected sex one time and they end up having kids and they didn't want any kids. So like I told my kids, talk to God if you feel that way. But while you're here, you have to learn to look out for those who look out for you. It's called karma. You reap what you sow. See, when you don't look out for people who looked out for you, best believe it's going to come back to you one way or another. Don't think because you don't see it or anything. It can come out in the form of you being sick, never getting well. It could come out in the full form of you getting ill, never understand. It could come out in the form of things being taken away from you and you can't understand what's going on, or just you having bad luck in everything that you do. It's called karma. The laws of the universe gives you what you put in, and it's called you reap what you sow. If you sow in good seeds, eventually you will get good seed. It might not come in when you expect it, but eventually you will. And if you're sowing bad seed, eventually you're going to get bad seed. That's just the law of the land. So I just want to say that to the millennials, please do a better job looking out for your parents, because without your parents, you wouldn't be here. And I know that you love you because you look after you. So love your parents because your parents loved you when you couldn't even love you yourself. So that's what I want to talk about when it pertains to the millennials. Give me 1 second and I'm going to do a recap. All right, y'all, let me do a quick recap. The recap is on the spring housing market. Buyers, please focus on your credit, which I put the number at the bottom for all three credit bureaus that are strolling, and also focus on your savings. Check out a few open houses if you can to give you some type of motivation, but also talk to a lender, a realtor such as myself, and also a lender. And if you have some time on April the 6th, please register for my free home buyer seminar, which I'm going to have a credit specialist there, lender, home inspector, and myself. And it'll be free breakfast and free food with gift card giveaways at the end. And also, I want to also say to sellers, do spring cleaning. Put your house in a position that you know that you will want it if you were buying, and also do something with that curb appeal. Curb appeal. The curb appeal plays a lot. Doesn't cost much to get that stuff done, but it can give you a lot more return on your investment. So please do the curb appeal. And also, I gave the home spotlight, which is a property in Anacostia. Let me give one quick. Let me post real quick. Anacostia right here. If you're in the area, you want a 2-bedroom, potentially 3-bedroom with 2 full bath, let me know. We can talk more about it. And then also I ended it with the millennials. Millennials, please do a little bit better with loving your parents, because it's so much unappreciation for parents. There's so much disrespect for parents that's going on that is downright ridiculous and everything. To be honest with you, a lot of millennials didn't get enough when they were younger. Spoiled and entitled is the wrong attitude to have. There's nothing wrong with being spoiled, but the entitlement and the disrespectfulness, we can't have that. Love your parents because your parents loved you. And, understand you reap what you sow. So you'll get back whatever you put out there, whether it's good or bad. So, again, I thank you all for joining me. Please follow me on all social media platforms. That is Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Pinterest. Follow me, and I will definitely follow you back. I thank you all. Please don't forget to register for the free home buying seminar on April the 6th. You can go and find the link on my link tree, which is on all my social media. Once you click on the link tree, you will see where you can register. You must register to attend. I appreciate you all. Thank you all. I will see you all next week, same time, same station. That is at 12 noon. I really appreciate you all. And please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube, and also share this podcast with someone. It can help someone out. I know it can. Thank you. You have a great day, and I shall see you soon.